Look at these tires, man. There's nothing left. And that's my driver's side. The driver's side. Look how it looks like. Hopefully the RCF machine can fix that. If not, I may have to give Figs a try, but these things are done. Guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. I hope you guys are doing great. Today is the day I installed the F-Sport shocks and springs on the car. As you can see, I already took off the wheels and I loosed this bolt a little bit. Now the only thing I have to do is work my way here. Now the way I would do this, I'll do one side first and then I'll show you guys how to do the other side. It's the same things because I don't want the video to be too long. Now this is the F-Sport shocks and springs. These are the rears and these are the front. I've been wanting to install these for a long time, but they were on back order, and finally I found a dealer here in Florida that had them, so I purchased them. Like I said, I will do one and I will show you guys the next one.
2 hours later.
All right guys, just like that, I'm done with the first one. I have to tell you, man, this is a hard job, but it's not a hard job at the same time. It's only hard because I'm by myself. It would be a lot easier if you have someone with you. Now let me show you the first one and then I'll show you the steps for the second one. I think I made a few mistakes, but you know, but that was my first time, but I think I did okay. But now I think I have a better idea of what to do so I can do it faster. All right guys, this is it. This is the driver's side. It's all in there. So now all I have to do is install this second one, F-Sport blue with F-Sport. This is dirty though, but you know, these three right here, they are 14. Yeah, this one is a 17 and these are 14. Then what you have to do is remove that bolt here. One is I think this side is a 19 and this side right there is a 17, and you have to unplug the ABS sensor, and you also have to remove that bolt right here. And then up here there's a pin here you have to remove, and then you remove that bolt here. Just be careful with the whole thing here when you remove this. I just remove that bolt right here, and then I disconnect the ABS sensor, so I just put that aside. Now what I have to do is remove these two bolts right here. Remember, this is 19 and 17, and I have my impact wrench right there, which is very helpful. And then what I would do is come up here and remove those. All right guys, just like that, this bolt is off the car. Now what I have to do is take these off, and then I'll loose that up just a little bit, and then I'll loose that up and jack this part a little bit up so I can remove it. Next thing you have to do is remove that pin here, which I did, and then you kind of use a 17 mil socket to loose this up. Now the next thing that we have to do is jack this thing up so I can free that shock right here. All right, now that it's all jacked up, I'm just gonna use a hanger to put it around here, because when this come off, it's just kind of drop and it's super heavy. Now this is where you can use a hammer to knock this, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to use a separator, but I don't have one, so I'm just don't just go bashing this too hard, because this is aluminum, I believe. So be careful, and also watch. Be careful. Just like that, it's out. Now you can slowly put the jack down and this will come off. Alright, here we go. Also make sure you watch out for your brake line right here. All right guys, now is the part where I take this part off. Now I tried to buy these from Lexus. It was, for all four of them, it was gonna cost me like $400. I didn't want to spend all that. The plan is supposed to take these off and leave it like this and buy this part right here and like when no one's to put with the new shocks and springs. But since I didn't want to spend an extra $420, so I just decided to take these off and we use them. So I have these spring compressor that I bought from, I think, Wadson, and that's what I'm kind of use to get this thing off. And now I'll do the top one, which is a 17. And just like that, the shock is out. Alright guys, now it's time to put the shock back together. Now make sure you do the same thing here. As you can see, this one goes right here, right there. You gotta make sure everything matches how it's supposed to be, like just like that. Now this is how it's going to be. Now what I'm gonna do is put the spring compressors here and compress the springs so I can tighten it up here. It's the same process as these, just compress the springs and then tie that bolt up here, and then we'll list it, then you'll be all set to go. All right guys, just like that, it's back together. Now I didn't really show this on camera because it's the same process, and as you take this off, you just put it back on the same way. I didn't want the video to be too long, so it's easy. So as you can see, it's all in there. Now all I have to do is install it, and then we'll move to the rear. But I think I'll probably take a break for today and then finish that up tomorrow. And then what I'm going to do is release that jack slowly, and then the next thing you have to do is plug in screw this bolt right here, your ABS insert, plug it back in, and you should be all set. Okay guys, just like that, I'm done with the front. I gotta tell you, I'm tired. I've been in here since like 10 a.m. now it's about 1 o'clock, which is, I mean, we probably would have been easier if I have a lift and someone to help me, but since I'm by myself, it took me a few hours. But tomorrow I'll do the rear, but the rears, they're a lot easier to do than the front. But today I'm just tired, man. I'm done. So I will pick this video back up tomorrow, and yeah, for me it's gonna be like 12 hours, 15 hours, but for you guys it's just in a few seconds.
2 weeks later.
All right guys, just like that, it's 2 weeks later. So I had a problem with one of the shocks that I have, and as you guys know, and let me show you the new one. Now I had to send this one. I did not send it back, so I ended up buying a new shock from my local Lexus dealer, because the one dealer that I bought this says that I had to send it back, and to prove that this shock was defective from factory. So I could not, because my spring and my shock mount stuck in there. So let me show you what I did. So this is the new shock and that's the old one. So what happened is, this thing right here, that part got stuck, so I had to cut this to get my spring and shock mount off of it, because here's what happened. Every time you turn it, this one right here just turn. Like if I hold it, as you can see here, it can turn, which is not supposed to do that. So when you try to screw it everything back in, that thing just keep spinning and spinning and spinning from the inside. So now I have the new one. Let's get this thing off, and I will tell you that I thought the front was hard, but the rear I think it's a little bit harder to get everything off. It's easy, but to put them back together, if you don't have someone with you, you are going to struggle. To get this one off, you're gonna have to remove these 3 bolts up here. There's 17, and there's a bolt right here, it's 19. This one is at 19, and that one is at 12, and you're gonna have to loose this bolt up here as well. Don't take that off, just loose it up a little bit, and you're gonna have to loose that bolt from the, actually we move it from this sway bar, so when you put this thing back on, you can adjust this sway bar end length. And there's two bolts up here, the 12, and then you're gonna have to remove these. Now these two you're gonna have to do last, because once you lose all these, that thing, if you take this bolt first, this thing is just gonna drop on you. Suspension, as you can see, this thing is greasy. It's leaking for sure. This one was, and the other one on the other side was leaking as well. So yeah, it was time. Now what I have to do is use these compressors to compress the spring, and then there's a 17 bolt right here I have to remove. All right, just like that, I this assembled this one. As you can see, this is a spring and the old shark, and that's the new one here, and hopefully this one work how it's supposed to. Now I'm not gonna record this because I don't want this video to be too long. You just gonna do the same thing. You just gonna use the spring compressor and compress this, put it in there, and then you have to put the mount back. Now the only thing I have to tell you, make sure this part right here, the boot, is align with these two right up here. Make sure these two go straight down to here, just like that. If not, you're gonna have to redo the whole thing, just like that. I put this all back together. Now the only thing I have to do is put it back up there. Now everything you do here, excuse me, you just throw it in reverse. The same way you take this out is the same way you put it back onto the header. The only thing is this part right here, when you have to bolt it, you kind of have to press on this to push it down to get the bolt in, and other than that should be it. Okay guys, just like that, I'm all done. Now all I have to do is put the wheels back on, and I'll drive the car a little bit, and then I'll show you. I know before that I could put 3 fingers, and I'll try to see how much lower the car is now, but it still has to settle, so I may have to wait for a few hours to see how low the car is. Man, I'm tired. And I also installed the RCF cushions. That video is up right now if you want to check it out, and then I'll come back and show you guys how the car looks like. Alright guys, this video is gonna be long, so give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, you like what you see, please subscribe. And in the next video we'll put the new wheels on. All right guys, take care, see you guys in the next one.
Perfect.